Podcast. We are back for another daily edition of Photo Q&A, where we answer one of your photography questions every single day of the week, along with the help from my high school best friend, Paul, who's going to keep me on track and ask any clarifying questions if I get too technical or anything that the beginner photographer like yourself may not understand. Sometimes I just get into my head and get going pretty crazy. So if you have any questions that you want answered about photography or anything even related to photography, feel free to ask those questions. Submit your questions. You can do so on Instagram. Just comment on any of our photos. You can leave us a comment on Facebook. That's facebook.com/beginner photography podcast. Or just shoot us an email at beginnerphotographypodcast@gmail.com. And guys, if you like this episode and you get any sort of value out of it whatsoever, I would be forever grateful if you left us a review in iTunes or whatever podcast player you are listening to us on right now. That's it. Let's go ahead and get into today's question.
This episode is brought to you by Tasia and her email. She says, I'm still trying to find what my thing is, air quotes, in photography. Do you think it would be wise to reach out to local businesses for things such as headshots, interior shots, product shots, etc.? It might not be something that I necessarily want to do, but it would bring in some extra money for a new lens, or two, it might be good word of mouth for some good local families. What are your thoughts on this? I'm going to go ahead and take a break, Raymond, and you can answer her question.
You're going to take a break? You're going to take a fiver? Nothing. We just started. You can't start your day off with a break.
Yeah, I know. But I got nothing on this one. I don't know.
You have nothing on this one? You have no thoughts on this one whatsoever?
I don't know. No, I don't.
Wow, okay.
Stumped.
Oh, give me a break. You're stumped. Hey, Paul, when you're starting off in business, would you want to get your name out there in front of people?
No.
No.
Not if it was if it wasn't a fully hatched idea, then no.
What does that mean? You think that if your idea is good enough, people will just flock to you?
If I bought a bar, but I didn't have any booze in that bar, we're not going to open the bar, Raymond.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. But we're not talking about opening the bar right now. We're talking about training the bartender.
I'm not going to open the bar to train the bartender.
Okay.
Then people are going to be like, that place has bad bartenders. I'm not going in there.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't go back to a bar that was just training bartenders. But that's unlike this question, I guess, because we kind of went a different way with that. If you don't know what your thing is right now, like if you don't know if you want to shoot weddings, you don't know if you want to shoot families, you don't know if you want to shoot portraits, then you're just trying to shoot anything that you can get in front of your lens. And what Tasia's asking is, should I go out and like be proactive? Should I try to find business owners? Should I take people's headshots? Should I do interior or like real estate photos? Should I do product shots? For one, she's hoping for a few extra bucks so that she can grow her gear. And then two, she's hoping for referrals from people who enjoy her photos enough. And networking.
Can she get a few extra bucks if this is her first times doing these headshots, interior shots, product shots? Or should she be doing these pro bono?
Yeah, that's interesting because before we've had a question about restaurant experience, shooting food photography. And my suggestion was to go to restaurants, tell them that you'll shoot everything on their menu for free to grow your portfolio. And you got a point here. I think that first of all, let's just address the main question. The answer is yes. You should definitely, if you don't know what it is that you want to shoot, definitely go out and try everything. Headshots, product shots, interior shots, family photos, everything that you can shoot. Anything that somebody will be interested in you shooting, definitely do that until you find the thing that you're super passionate about. Now, when it comes to money, at first, I definitely wouldn't take any money. I wouldn't take a dime. You would...
Unless they insisted.
Yeah, of course. But at that point, it's almost like a tip, right? It's like, oh, okay. I mean, even if it got to the point to where, like, no, I insist on, like, paying you money, I would still say, if I was at the point that I had never taken, let's say, a headshot before, I would reply back, like, I know that you insist. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, but I really don't want to take a single dime because I can't guarantee that you're going to be happy with it. I am going to do my best, and I'm going to do everything that I can to ensure that you love the photos, but because I don't have a massive portfolio of images to show you, I'm not going to take a dime from you. Now, if you go and you crush the session and then they decide to give you a tip, take the tip. Enjoy it, right? Because at that point, they're paying you for your service.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. That's right. You know, buy yourself a nice latte or something delicious. But unless you, like, you can go out, and what I would do is I would email almost like every small business, every family-owned business in your city, in your town, and tell them that, like, hey, I will, you know, shoot your food, like restaurants, I will shoot your food for free, absolutely for free. You can use the images for your menus so that you can get a lot of experience doing that. And then I would go to you know, even businesses like laundromats, like, hey, I would love to take some advertising photos for your business, take some great, you know, real estate shots of the outside of the business, and then go in, take headshots of everybody. They could use that for their website. They can use that for Facebook. They can use that for any sort of marketing that they're using. And you're going to get a better idea of shooting a few headshots, taking a few real estate photos, and so on. I mean, literally every business can use photography. You really have something that a ton of people want. So then I think what Tasia's getting at is, even if she does them for free, would it be worth it for the good word of mouth for some local families? Would it be worth it to get those referrals?
Yeah, if she prompted them. I don't think they're gonna, if they're not in the photography business, then they're not gonna know. They're gonna be like, wow, great work, thanks.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's a very, very good point that a lot of people don't do. And even myself included. I'll give you a little story. Like, one of the biggest things that Google weighs you on in your relevance, if somebody were to search, let's just say, Maryland family photographer, right? One of the big things that Google is going to look for all over the internet is reviews. So if you have reviews, the better off you're going to be, the higher Google is going to, you know, show you, closer to number one. But the thing about reviews is that people rarely ever leave a good review just because they feel like it. People really need to be asked to leave a review unless they had absolute terrible service. And that is why now so many businesses, when they print out their receipt, they will circle whatever it is on the receipt and say, here's the link to a survey. If you could leave us a review, that would be great. Because even if 1 out of 100 people actually do that, that's still going to be one more person that reviews their business that wouldn't have if they didn't ask for it. So once you complete a gig like this, you should definitely say, by the way, I'm still like growing my portfolio, and I would love, like, what I really love to do, whether it is, you know, regardless, say I really love shooting families, and that's my main thing. And I'm only saying that because it's easier to make money off of a family than it is, like, you know, on the back end of doing a free business shoot. Mm-hmm. So let these business owners know, like, you've already built a rapport with them. Say, hey, by the way, I really love shooting families. That's my main thing. If your family, or if you know any families that are looking for like great family photography, I'd love it if you just pass along my name. It would really mean everything to me if you could do that. And that's it. And then if they keep you at the top of mind and they really enjoy your photos, they will do that. And that will, you know, grow your top end revenue. That will put some dollars in your pocket for some lenses or whatever it is that you want. And you're going to grow your connections and your referral base. So, Tasia, yeah, I think that is an incredible idea.
There you go, Tasia. Now get out there and get it.
Guys, I hope that you liked today's question. I hope that it brought you value and some sort of actionable tip that you're going to be able to implement and put into your photography journey to advance you to wherever you want to be, whether it's just a hobbyist or if you really want to take your photography professional and open up some sort of studio or business to do so. I hope that you got at least one piece of information out of today's episode. And again, if you did, please Give us a review in iTunes. That's all that I ask for. I ask for nothing out of you, out of this podcast. These podcasts take a lot of time to create, and I'm so happy to do so if you are going to take these tips and implement them to grow yourself, to grow your photography. So the only thing that I ask of you is if you could just please leave us a rating and review in iTunes or whatever podcast player or app you are listening to us on right now. Again, guys, if you have any photography questions or about anything photography related, feel free to send us an email at beginnerphotographypodcast@gmail.com. Reach out to us on Facebook, facebook.com/beginner photography podcast, or find us on Instagram, where you'll be able to keep up with us and all of our guests that we have on the podcast as well. And that is Instagram username Beginner Photo Podcast. That's all that I got for today. I hope that you guys get out there, shoot something fun, enjoy. I love you guys, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.